I suggest you losing your weight with me, and you can see from the start that it is not a regular video because many videos that advertise diets show slim people. So first, I don't advertise any diet. Basically, if you follow me, you will continue to eat what you like. And second, as you see, I am not slim. Many people promise you lose your weight quickly. So, contrary to this, I promise to lose your weight slowly because it is scientific method, and more of this lately. Another difference is that many videos that suggest you to lose your weight together with someone, they show inexperienced people. Contrary to this, I have experience. I lost my weight in 2008 and I lost 30 pounds in about 3 months. After this, I kept my weight about 4 years, so I believe it is not a bad result. Of course, the first natural question, whether can you trust me? Well, my credentials are in Google. With Google, you may quickly find out that despite my heavy Russian accent, I am in a way known in America. Till about year 2000, I was a scientist, physicist, and published papers in well-known United States journal with more than century history. After year 2000, I have been working as software engineer and since then have well-established English site. I also was a participant of the Business for Russia program organized by United States government and visited United States twice. If you need further proofs and details, please see the video Who is Vadim Motorin? It is in my channel and you find the reference under this video on YouTube. Okay, just to summarize it. First, I am an experienced person. I have already lost my weight. I actually a scientist. I will use scientific method. So I would not like to suggest you lose your weight quickly. Rather, I suggest you lose your weight very slowly and naturally. And I don't advertise any diet. Rather, you will eat what you ate before. And as a scientist, I am going to use the most safe and most scientific method. And the only disadvantages of this method, it is tedious. You have to spend about half an hour or maybe hour to calculate your calories, but that's all. So, where does this method originate from? I actually took or derived this method from the documents of the World Health Organization. And World Health Organization is the specialized agency of the United Nations. Okay, and as for United Nations, first the United Nations headquarters resides in, New York City, and United Nations has a kind of government. It is a Security Council. It has only 5 permanent members, and one of these permanent members is United States. So I believe United States has large influence on World Health Organization, and all recommendations of the World Health Organizations are in accordance with the United States interests. I will not bore you with the evidence that I took my method from the World Health Organization. All the appropriate links are in my site, and the link to my site is under this video, so those of you who would like to see, they can see this evidence. And now we just proceed. Okay, what is the essence of the method? First, you should set your goals. You should calculate your healthy weight, and you should calculate how much calories to consume to lose your weight. You may calculate how much calories you should spend to lose your weight using the calculator at my site. The link to my site is under this video. I will show you how to use the calculator of the healthy weight and recommended daily caloric intake on my own example. It is actually easy. First, you click your gender, male in my case. Okay, then we enter your height. In my case, it is 5 feet 7 inches. Then we enter my weight. In my case, it is 189 pounds. Then you enter your age, and then you should select the activity level. In my case, I select the light exercise. That's all. Then you just click calculate. Okay, you will see that I have overweight. You will see that the daily caloric content to maintain my weight is 2347 calories, and recommended daily caloric intake if you would like to lose my weight. And yes, I would like to lose my weight, so I will use this limit. It is, if you round it, about 1800 calories. So I should stay in this limit when I consume my meal. Okay, and my healthy weight is between 118 pounds and 160 pounds. If you, for example, live in Great Britain and prefer the metric system, I have also similar metric system calculator. Just click here. This calculator also can show when your weight is in dangerous limit. For example, if I would just have 3 pounds more, okay, 3 pounds more, I would have obese class 1. So, okay, I am actually almost in danger. And maybe someone could use it. I have my own way to feel when my weight become dangerous. Because when I last time lost my weight, I actually stopped to calculate calories and keep my weight for years. But then after 4 years, I became to feel that it is already dangerous. So how I did it without the calculator? I live in Siberia and wear the coat, and it is very difficult to pull up my pants when I am in the coat. So for me, it is time to lose my weight when my pants fall down. And I show you that now it is the case. Look at my belt. It is rather tight, but while I walk, my pants fall down, down and down, and I cannot easily pull them up under my coat. It is very inconvenient. When we talk about calories, I probably should explain why I believe this method is really scientific, because it's all about the energy conservation. Calorie is the energy that consumes our body. It is similar to the gas of the car. As any car needs gas to run, we need to consume calories to move, and not only to move. As distinct from the car, we can just stop the engine of the car, but we cannot stop our heart engine. So we need the calories, we need energy, even when we sleep, even when we do nothing. And if we spend more calories, more energy than we consume with the food, we naturally lose our weight. So this is the essence of this method. We just consume a little less calories than we spend, and we gradually lose our weight. According to the World Health Organization, you should consume about 150 calories less than you spend. Then you will lose weight and will do it slowly, about 1 or 2 pounds a week. Of course, it is boring, it is slowly, but it has many advantages. First, it is healthy. There are no stress to your body. Second, when you lose your weight slowly, the body have time to adjust. So you have less wrinkles, for example, on your face when you lose your weight slowly. Another advantage is that you have time to memorize, to adjust yourself to the food you eat. You learn by heart actually what food are dangerous because they have many calories, and what foods are not dangerous because they have less calories. You actually acquire new habits, and when you stop calculate your calories, you can just keep your weight easily. I kept my weight without any effort, without calculate any calories, about 4 years. Okay, and last, and probably one of the most important features of this scientific method, there are no diets. Actually, there are no food recommendations. You just basically continue to eat what you're accustomed to. And when you stop losing your weight, you just continue to eat as usual. The only requirement is that you keep your calorie consumption in certain limit. That's all. Why I believe that it is important? Actually, I am very suspicious to the diets that recommend to use just one type of food. For example, only meat or only vegetables, because our body needs many components, and I just have doubts that one type of food, for example, just meat or just vegetable, can supply them all. So it seems simply not healthy. And how we can continue to eat just one meat, just meat or just vegetables after we stop to lose our weight. So it seems ridiculous and impossible. And actually science confirms this, because actually our body, as the great Leonardo da Vinci once noticed, is symmetric. And do you know what is symmetric to our brain? If you look at Wikipedia, you will quickly find out that actually we do have second brain, and it is responsible in particular for our stomach. You may read that the enteric nervous system has a complete network of neurons, neurotransmitters, and special protein responsible for communications, thinking, remembering, and learning, and as a result, the enteric nervous system is sometimes called a second brain. Okay, so nobody can tell you better than your second brain what to eat, because your second brain gets the signals directly from your body. So if you are generally healthy, you should always eat what you want and never eat what you hate. You should just stay in the limits of the calories you calculated to lose your weight. And I will show in the second video that I would like to go to place here in a couple of days, how to stay in your calories limit and even not be especially hungry. And for the same reason that your second brain knows better what you should eat, I believe that it is a waste of time to balance manually the protein, the fat, the carbohydrates, because if you just listen your second brain, you probably will eat appropriate amount of each of these components. It is at least so for me. I never try to find out in advance how many fat, protein, carbohydrates is in the food. However, as shown me my software program that calculates what I consume, I roughly always consume appropriate amount of each of these components. You may ask why this clever second brain don't signal us when we should stop eating. Well, because very long ago people lived in the forest, they had not enough food, and for the goal of surviving, they had to eat as much food as they can when they have the food. Now, in our society, it is another story. So actually, our second brain, it suggests us eat more than we need, because historically it was the way to survive. Now we discuss what equipment you need to lose your weight. You do need some equipment. It is not expensive, so it's okay. First, you should have or buy the scales for your body, and in practice any kind will suit. But I should note here that it is worthless to measure your weight more frequently than once a week, because you lose your weight slowly. You simply cannot notice the difference 1-3 pounds earlier than once a week. So even after a week, sometimes you may don't notice any weight loss. It's okay. It's okay. In 2 weeks you will certainly notice. The problem is just because you may just drink some more glasses of water. It distorts your weight, but it doesn't matter. In a couple of weeks you certainly notice your weight loss. You also need naturally the scales for food. Again, any type is okay. Apart from the scales of food, you have to pick up the time when you are not going to the business trip or to the vacations, because scientific method assumes that you spend roughly the same amount of energy, of calories every week. So you should maintain roughly the same style of your living when you lose your weight. And you also, of course, need something to know how much calories are in the food you eat. And you Americans are lucky because you have official government database that contains this information. I give the link to this database in my site, and the link to my site is under this video. Personally, I use this database through free software Fitness Helper. I also give the link to this program on my site, and the link to my site is under this video. I wouldn't say that it is the most convenient program. You may take any other, of course. The only advantages of this program is that it is free. Of course, I know that most foods in the grocery stores have the labels when you can just read the calories. However, if you eat in restaurant, not all the restaurant give the calories in the menu, so they just, but they, as usual, they give the weight. So you actually need the database to know the calories of the typical dishes, typical meals in the restaurant. Of course, you naturally may find these calories on internet apart from this government database that I mentioned. However, I believe that internet is not as reliable as the government database. Or you of course may buy a book with the table of calories, and books generally are also reliable. Finally, you have to also add to your meal vitamins and mineral complex. Of course, many people consume the vitamins and minerals with the daily meal, but the point is that we restrict the amount of food when we eat, and because of this, it is very improbable that we consume enough vitamins and minerals with our daily meal while we lose our weight. Therefore, you should add these vitamins and minerals, and I personally use Centrum, but it is produced by an European company. As far as I know, the very widespread vitamin and minerals complex in the United States is Vitrum. However, you can use any of them, provided that it is so-called complete to the best of the scientific knowledge of our time. Okay, let's start it. Why I suggest to lose the weight together? Well, because it is actually not difficult but tedious and boring. And I am just afraid that if I lose my weight alone, I drop it. Okay, and probably that is also true for you. If you promise yourself, if you make it public, if you will take pictures of you as long as you gradually lose your weight, you probably also will be ashamed to drop it as I am. As for me, I took my pictures, make my photo just before I began to lose my weight, and I promised to put my photo every week on my social networks until my weight became healthy. So you just if you subscribe to my Facebook, to my Twitter, you will just follow it and be convinced that I am not cheating. I really lose my weight in real time. And to be more convincing, I just make my photo together with the newspaper. Naturally, it is the Russian newspaper because the foreign newspaper are not delivered the same day in my city. But however, you may see the date, most clearly you may see the date with the newspaper near the scales. If you don't believe me, you just can use Google Translate to translate Russian date to the English and to be sure that it is real-time date. Every week I will put my photo to Facebook and mention them in Twitter, so subscribe to my Facebook and my Twitter if you would like to follow me. And since, as I told you, in this scientific method I will lose my weight slowly, about 3 months I believe, it is not late to join me even after I start to lose my weight, because basically I do the same things every day, so you can ask the questions, for example, in my Facebook about something. Of course, you always have more pleasant things to do than just calculate calories, but you care about your health. You probably find half an hour or an hour a day to calculate your calories. And to my experience, since I have already done it, the result will be good and will last long. And even if you see this video after I have already get my healthy weight, you still can try to ask me a question in Facebook or Twitter, and if I will not have too many questions, I will try to answer them. Naturally, you may also ask the questions directly under this video. It's also okay, so you can join. Let us begin. Subscribe to my channel, to my Facebook, to Twitter, follow me, and we will see the result.